Hello everyone, very good morning. Welcome to Testbook Supercoaching for regulatory bodies. And in today's session, we are going to discuss about the important news related to the current affairs section. So that those news we are going to cover in today's lecture. We are going to see or we are going to cover the news through MCQs also, as well as some news from the newspaper. That is a pattern which we normally follow. Yes, so before going to start, please let me know one thing that I'm audible to all. Audio, video is everything is clear or not. Please let me know that in comment section, and then we will initiate with the session. Another thing, for the RBI Grade B students, we have one scholarship test on the 12th of Jan, and the test will start from the 8 a.m. and will be till the 11:59 p.m. So you can give this test whenever you want in this time frame on the 12th of Jan. But for that purpose, you need to enroll yourself, you need to register yourself, and the link for the registration form is in the description of this session. So you can go through that and please give this test, because this test will give you up to 90% scholarship on the RBI Grade B Super Coaching, which will be helpful for your preparation. So yes, we'll start with the session. So first of all, we are going to discuss some important MCQs. First, we'll cover some important MCQs from the current affairs section. So yes, before that, we are also having the free master classes. These master classes are on our platform. These master classes are always on our platform. So our faculties are taking the multiple master classes. So one master class by the Manish sir Monday, that is 6 p.m. Then on Friday, important government schemes, again the 6 p.m. Then ESI Monday to Friday 6:30 p.m. Then Mahesh sir management Monday to Friday 8 p.m. Then Madhav sir Monday to Friday finance 9 p.m. and Gaurav sir reasoning Wednesday and Thursday 12 p.m. So these are our faculties. They are taking the master classes, and these master classes are available on our platform. Not on the YouTube, on our app, on our website. So you can go through these master classes also. Okay. So I'll start. The first question on your screen. Ye raha. Consider the following personalities who were honored with the US Presidential Medal of Freedom in the recent ceremony. So total 19 individuals being awarded by the US President as a US Presidential Medal. It is one of the biggest award in the USA. So Joe Biden saab before signing off as a president, he awarded these medals to 19 individuals from the different field. Now the Donald Trump will become the official president from this month onwards. The inauguration will be there this month, and after that he will be the president. But before the last president's tenure, this award is given. So Lionel Messi is one of the very famous name. He also got this award, the presidential medal, and along with Lionel Messi, which other people got the presidential medal? So Hillary Clinton and Mitchell Fox. So they got this medal. So total 19 individuals got these medals recently awarded by the US president. So very simple and the straightforward question from the current affairs. We'll go to the next question. Union Minister, Home Minister Amit Shah sir launched BHARATPOL portal developed by the Central Bureau of Investigations in New Delhi. What is the primary purpose of the BHARATPOL? So BHARATPOL portal was recently launched by the Home Minister of India, and CBI created this portal. We have Interpol, the concept of Interpol for the all over the world. On that line itself, the BHARATPOL portal is being created. Interpol is not the portal. Interpol is basically an institution. So, but we created one portal in our country called as a BHARATPOL and inaugurated yesterday by the Indian Home Minister. So, the question is, what is the purpose of this particular portal? Just we'll talk about this Bharat portal. Okay. So, the Home Minister sir launched this for the efficiency of Indian investigation agencies and to tracking the fugitives, facilitating the faster international assistance. The reason behind this portal is there should be a real-time data available to the investigating authorities. That is a major purpose for this portal. The data, not only the Indian criminal data, but also the international data should be also available. That is a major purpose. CBI created this particular portal in connect with the Interpol for real-time information sharing, and that is a major scenario. So any kind of crime like cyber crime, drug trafficking, or the kind of frauds or human trafficking. So all types of information will be available, and this is connected with the Interpol so that all the information related to the international crimes and the criminals will be also available on this portal called as a BHARATPOL. When it comes to Interpol, in 1923, Interpol was created, named as the International Criminal Police Organization. So ICPO was the original name, then was renamed as the Interpol, so International Police Organization. Then it consists of obviously president elected for the 4 years. Headquarters is in Lyon, France. यहाँ पे उसका headquarter है. And there are some other authorities related with them. When it comes to our country, so our Central Bureau of Investigation, our Narcotics Control Bureau, these are the authorities. They are directly linked with the particular authorities. So Interpol is really very important for the international crimes and the criminals. And BHARATPOL is a portal which is going to centralize the information in a real time so that we can solve the any kind of crime very easily. So purpose of this is B is the answer of this question. Streamline request of international assistance through the Interpol. So B is the answer of this question. Yes, we'll go to the next question. Who has inaugurated the Gandhi Darshan Art Gallery at Rajghat in New Delhi? Gandhi Darshan Art Gallery was recently inaugurated. So who inaugurated this gallery recently? Last time the Prime Minister of India, he announced that we are going to create such kind of art gallery on Rajghat, जहाँ पे गांधी जी को हम स्मृति अर्पण करते हैं, तो वहीं पे इसको गैलरी को क्रिएट किया जाएगा. It was announced by the Prime Minister of India. Now finally being created, and who inaugurated this? It is inaugurated by none other than the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla sir. So he was present there and he inaugurated this. A very simple question, and but we can see such kind of questions in the exam sometimes. That's why we need to cover this news. Next, what is the name of the indigenously developed pulse diagnostic tool that become India's first Ayurvedic medical device to get approval from the CDSCO? So the first Ayurvedic medical device called as a for the sake of pulse diagnostic and indigenously developed. आपको शायद पता होगा आयुर्वेदाचार्य या आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर्स दे यूजुअली चेक द पल्सेस. वो पल्सेस चेक करते हैं, एंड बाय चेकिंग द pulses, the pressure, the volume and the force, by checking all those pulses, they can tell which kind of disease is there, what kind of problems are there. So that is a major purpose behind these Nadi Parikshan. So answer of this is Nadi Tarangini. So Nadi Tarangini, Nadi means pulses, basically pulse की बात हो रही है. So Tarangini means what kind of the pressure, the volume, as well as the force is there of the blood, so that the Ayurvedacharya or the Ayurvedic doctors can easily diagnose a particular disease, and that is a major purpose behind this. It is the first such kind of device created in our country. What percentage stake has Suzuki Motor Corporation decided to acquire in NDDB Mirda Limited? NDDB Mirda Limited is a National Dairy Development Board's authority. National Dairy Development Board created one authority called as a Mirda Limited. In this company, now Suzuki Motors decided to have or take some purchase or purchase some shares. That is the news in front of us. The question is that how much percent shares Suzuki Motors is purchasing or acquiring in NDDB Mirda Limited. NDDB, National Dairy Development Board. National Dairy Development Board created their own subsidiary, and that subsidiary's shares now will be in the hands of the Suzuki Motors. That is the news in front of us. So 26% shares they are purchasing. Now the news basically about this company, the Mirda Limited, is a biogas venture of the National Dairy Development Board. So this company is working for the sake of biogas production, and in that company this share purchasing is there. Now there is also provision that the deal whereby Suzuki can gradually increase their equity company to 49%. So they can increase their shares up to 49%. Suzuki is basically focusing on the R&D sec. Okay, for the R&D purpose, for the research and development purpose, they are more interested into this company. But the company is created by National Dairy Development Board. Of course, they are having the majority shareholding, and the 49%, up to 49% can be in the hands of Suzuki in coming days. Right now, they are handling 26% shares of this company. We'll go to the next question. Next question is regarding the CloudSEK threat landscape report. We talked about this report in one of our sessions. You need to answer which statement is incorrect. कौन सा statement यहाँ पे incorrect है, ये आपको आंसर देना है. India ranks second globally for cyber attacks with 95 attacks reported. The financial banking sector experienced 20 breaches, the highest among the sectors. Israel was the first most targeted nation for the cyber attacks with 140 attacks reported. Education sector reported the more breaches than the healthcare and the pharma sector. So this report was recently presented and we talked about this report. We discussed about this report created by the CloudSEK threat landscape report. So which statements are incorrect? First statement is right. Okay, then second statement is also right, that financial and banking sector experienced the 20 breaches, highest among the sectors. Third and fourth is the wrong because USA is at the top, not Israel. USA is at the top of this attack list, whereas the major sector which was affected is the financial and the banking sector, which is already mentioned here. So financial banking is the most affected sector due to the cyber attacks, due to the cyber crimes and the frauds. That's why government of India, that's why many government ministries as well as the RBI is very much active creating or spreading too much awareness about this stuff. So answer of this question is 3 and 4. So we can see 20 breaches when it comes to financial banking sector, then followed by government 13, telecommunication 12, healthcare 10, healthcare and pharma milake 10 and education 9. So education is at the last or at the bottom of this list, but the finance and the banking highest breaches in our country, and that is a point mentioned in this particular report. Next, which organization has developed the technology to produce paracetamol indigenously in India? So paracetamol, after the antibiotic, after the creation of indigenous antibiotic, now the paracetamol is being created in our country. It's the first indigenous production in our country. So R&D is also done in India as well as manufacturing also done in India. Usually, हमारे देश में pharmaceutical companies are only producing, only manufacturing. The R&Ds are usually done by some other companies outside India, and we were just manufacturing. Now the antibiotics and then this paracetamol, both these medicines are now being produced or developed in our country as well as manufactured in our country. So answer of this question is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research is the name of the organization. Okay, CSIR, everyone knows about CSIR. Science and Technology Ministry is responsible to handle the operations of the CSIR. Dr. Jitendra Singh actually talked about this, mentioned about this. CSIR we have created in 1942. President of the CSIR is always Prime Minister. Director General is right now Dr. Kalaselvi Devi ma'am. She is the Director General, and 37 national labs they have all over the India. They created these medicines recently. Okay. Can you tell me one thing? What is the name of the antibiotics which was indigenously developed, indigenously created by CSIR recently? So name of the antibiotics, if you know, paracetamol is another medicine which we normally use for the as a painkiller and sometimes as anti-inflammatory. So do you know about the name of the medicine that is antibiotics? The name of that particular brand which we recently created. So if you know, please answer it in the comment section. Who has been elected as the new president of the Athletics Federation of India? So Athletic Federation of India's new president. The new president, he was a gold medalist in shot put event in Asian Games in 2002. And after the election, now he became the new head of the authority, and the name of the person is Bahadur Singh Sagu. Bahadur Singh Sagu Sahab was the Olympian. He was also the Asian gold medalist. So one of the very famous name when it comes to Indian athletics, and he became the new head of Athletics Federation of India. Recently इनके elections हुए थे. Yes, nephithromycin. Yes, absolutely. Nephithromycin is the name of the medicine which was I was asking antibiotic. Next question in front of you. Union Road Transport and Highway Minister Nitin Gadkari sir has launched a new scheme to provide cashless treatment to road accident victims. What is the maximum financial assistance provided under the new cashless treatment scheme for the road accident victim? The scheme is officially yet to be launched. It will be launched in the month of March mostly, or it will be announced in the budget. But these are the chances mentioned by the Road and Transport Minister. But he gave one idea that much amount of cashless treatment will be provided for the road accidents. India is the country where maximum road accident deaths are happening. So many accidents are happening in our country. So according to World Bank, the number is very high when it comes to our country. Almost 11% of the world's road accidents are happening in our country, and that's why this cashless treatment will play a vital role. The official scheme will be launched either in the month of March or will be announced through the budget that was mentioned by the Road and Transport Minister. The help will be up to 1.5 lakh. So up to 1.5 lakh cashless treatment scheme will be provided for the road accidents, and that is a point mentioned by the Gadkari Saab, is handling Road and Transport Ministry. E-Shrama portal has been upgraded to how many languages? Recently, E-Shrama portal is having tie-up with the Bhashini. Bhashini is one of the portal created by Ministry of Electronic Information Technology to provide government schemes or to provide government services in different languages in our country. So, E-Shrama portal, which is created for the unorganized sector in 2021, is having tie-up with the Bhashini portal, which was created in 2022. So, these two authorities are having tie-up so that E-Shrama portal facilities, E-Shrama portal services will be available now in 22 official languages. So, in our country, we have 22 official languages according to Indian Constitution. So, in these 22 official languages, these all Shrama portal services will be available. Again, Shrama portal is under the Ministry of Labor and Employment. Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya sir is the minister, and this portal was created for the unorganized sector. One stop, one solution is the concept for this portal, that all types of services, all types of facilities for unorganized sectors will be available on this portal. That is a major focus of Government of India. So these were the few questions. Some questions were of course for the revision purposes, and some questions we saw certain news. Now we'll go to the another section of our session, and that section is about the newspaper articles. So first article of the newspaper in today's newspaper is about the Swiggy unveils a snack for 15 minutes food delivery. Swiggy launched a new app now, basically. Okay. Now Blinkit, last time we talked about the Blinkit, they created the ambulance services, a 10-minute ambulance services. So it can also be the question. Even India's this food delivery or the quick commerce companies, they are launching different apps. Sometimes they do ask question about that. So Snack is the name of the new app created by the Swiggy so that they can deliver snacks, drinks and meals within 15 minutes. That is their major focus. Zomato have the quick commerce company, and their quick commerce company is basically Blinkit. Blinkit is very famous, so they have launched, they already acquired the Blinkit. So this is a good competition going on in this sector. A very simple, straightforward news. Nothing to go much in detail about this, but we should know about such kind of factors because they do ask questions in the exam. Now this is important. The expert sees 26 nominal GDP growth at 10 to 11%. Now, here the numbers are the nominal GDP numbers. They are not the real GDP numbers. The real GDP numbers includes inflation. So, if we are calculating the present inflation scenario with the nominal GDP numbers, the result we are going to get is a real GDP. Like for example, SBI recently mentioned that India might be going to grow with the 6.4%. Like RBI is saying 6.6%, Government of India, SBI is saying 6.3%, NSO is saying 6.4%, then Government of India is saying 6.5%, and RBI is saying 6.6%. So multiple different numbers given by the different authorities. These are the real GDP numbers. They are the real GDP numbers including or considering the inflation. Now for 26, for financial 26, not for financial 25, these numbers are for the financial 25 real GDP numbers. For the financial year 26, the different authorities are saying India's nominal GDP will be very good. Like for example, MAKI Global saying 10, UBS Security 9.8, ICRA saying 10, India rating 10, PL 10 to 10.5, Bank of Baroda 10.5, Ernst & Young 10.5, Motilal Oswal 10.8, MK Sagar 11, Deloitte 10.8 to 11.3. So if India's nominal GDP will be good, like about 10%, so real GDP will be also good, because if अगर inflation ज़्यादा होता भी है या inflation थोड़ा बहुत control में भी रखते हैं, still we will be able to achieve more than 7% GDP. So nominal GDP shows the what kind of goods and services will be delivered or will be produced in the country. when we add inflation, when we add the present inflation numbers into these calculations, then we get the real number, what exactly the situation. But the nominal GDP is increasing means what? That productivity will increase, the services will also increase. So if the productivity is increasing, automatically will definitely going to help to increase the real GDP. So a very simple number, you need not to remember the numbers, आपको numbers याद नहीं करने हैं, just you should know that there is a positive expectations from the Indian economy in the financial year 26 mentioned by various specialized organizations. Okay, that's the simple news. We'll go to the next news. India inks ECB proposal worth 2.83 billion in November. ECB external commercial borrowing. So Indian industries, when Indian industries are borrowing money from outside India, if Indian companies, either government company or the private company, if they are borrowing money from some other country, some other institution outside India, called as the external commercial borrowing. So ECB proposals worth 2.83 billion in the November. So 2.83 billion in November with the Reserve Bank of India. So RBI received 2.83 billion proposals under ECB. Of course, RBI is keeping all the information कि बाहर country से कहां से पैसा आ रहा है, कहां बाहर country पैसा जा रहा है. That is the responsibility of the that is the responsibility of Reserve Bank of India under the FEMA Act. So RBI is responsible to maintain the forex reserve as well as the data related to the foreign exchange. And under that data, we came to know that $2.83 billion ECB proposals were in the November. Means the huge amount of money being borrowed by many Indian industries in the month of November, and that's the data we have. Okay, that's it. Well, Reliance in November filed an intent of 1 billion for sourcing the capital good. So Reliance itself, only Reliance industry, $1 billion, whereas other industries, we will talk about other industries, they have the rest of the calculations in this particular external commercial borrowing. If the government of India is borrowing, then such borrowing is called as a sovereign borrowing. And other than government, either state government or the central government, other than the governments, even the government company, even in the private companies, all such kind of borrowings will be called as a ECB, external commercial borrowing. Now the new report is there, and this new report is created by World Economic Forums, and this report is called as a Future of Job Report. A new report presented by the World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum is one of the very famous organizations from the Switzerland. Usually Davos conferences are organized by the World Economic Forum. They gave the recent report, and the report is not only focusing on India but rest of the world, and the report is about the future job report. Now according to this report, the new technology is going to provide the multiple jobs, going to provide the huge number of jobs in the coming days. Now when it comes to India, they are talking about 35% think that adapting semiconductors and computing technology will transform their operations. So many companies in our country, mostly 35% of Indian companies are thinking that the new technology will help them for the proper operations. If the companies are thinking like that, obviously the jobs will be created according to the new technology. 21% think that adapting quantum and the encryption technology will also transform the operation. So 35% thinking about the semiconductor and the other technologies, this 21% talking about the quantum technologies, and 67% plan to tap into diverse talent pool to address the needs. So 67% Indian companies are thinking to hire such kind of people are into AI or the quantum or into the new kind of technology. So that will be the case over here. So the future jobs will be all depending on these AI, quantum and these semiconductor based technologies all over the world, not only in India, but Indian percentage is quite huge, 67%. That is the expectation. Now another point in this report is that farm workers and drivers to be fastest growing jobs. Other than these skillful jobs, other than these highly skillful jobs, farm and driver, they are also skillful job, no doubt about that, but high skill jobs, obviously they are in huge demand. If we talk about the other jobs, the farming sector and the drivers, they are going to get a more job opportunity than the other sector, especially the jobs like clerical jobs or the cashier jobs. There will be a huge decline because these AIs, these softwares are handling clerical concept as well as the cashier's job. So if we are developing the technology, this new technology is going to handle these clerical jobs. So there will be less demand when it comes to the clerical jobs mentioned by the World Economic Forum, but the high skill jobs and these conventional jobs will be having the fastest growth in the coming financial years mentioned by the World Economic Forum. This report is really very good, so do read these articles. एक बार बस article पढ़ लीजिए. You need not to remember some numbers, you just need to have some information about this. Okay, so that's all about this concept. Sorry. Yes, the gold googly bamboozled the import data. Now recently one thing happened, okay, and the thing is about the data management of our country. Okay, so trade math shocked the data. Now India's gold import bill from November 24 has been slashed by 5 billion and cumulative tally from April to November paired by the quarter. So basically, if we'll talk about the data in the month of November, the original estimate was 14.86. That was the estimation we have, $1 billion basically. Okay, but the revised is 9.9. In the April to November, 49.1, 37.99. And silver April to November 3.28 to 2.33. So basically gold, the demand of the gold went down according to the government's data. So India's overall import bill for the first 8 months reckoned to have grown 8.35% to 486.73 billion, has paid almost 3% to 472 as per the DGCI's data. The dramatic revision alarm economists and one call for the statistic hierarchy. Okay, basically this is going to create a huge trouble for the government in the coming days. Right now, for exam point of view, this news is not that important, but the data collection and the data manipulation is the thing which is now in discussion. That sometimes we are collecting the data according to the result we want, not accepting the real data. That is the blame on the government of India. So there are so many things are going on. Might be government will launch even investigation regarding this. Why such a kind of a different, because you can see in the month of November we were expecting $14.86 billion gold import. Suddenly it's dropped down to 9.9. It's a huge drop. It was not expected, and this was a shock कि how this data is such a like huge amount में इतना reduce कैसे हुआ? Something is wrong or not? So government is talking about this, government is thinking about this. So my suggestion to you people, read this article, okay, for future point of view. Of course, there are some discrepancies, there are some not a proper collection of the data, and that is also mentioned by few authorities, few officials from the government of India. But the final numbers might be some different numbers. But if these numbers are actually good, that means if these numbers are like perfect, then it is a good sign that gold import is going down in our country. But it's not going to happen such a quickly. It's not that possible that India का gold का import और gold की demand suddenly इतनी drop होगी, ये expected वैसे नहीं है. But still the case is going on. Let's hope for the better result or the proper numbers. Anyways, when it comes to statistical data, when it comes to data collection, Indian authorities are always in news. Either it's the data of GDP, the data of inflation, and such kind of import and export data. So it's always in news. Now, India's first organic fisheries cluster in Sikkim. We discussed this news in our 6 a.m. session, but now we are going to cover this news again in this session, that Sikkim, which is called as the organic state of India. Sikkim is already called as the first ever organic state of India. Now they launch another concept, and the concept is called as the organic fisheries cluster. So these organic fisheries clusters will be helpful to reduce dependency on antibiotics, chemicals and pesticides, so that we can export our fishes, we can export the fisheries export can get increased. That is a major purpose behind that, because many European countries or many Western countries, they are not happy the use of antibiotics our fishermen are using, the use of chemicals and the pesticides for the better production of the fishery. They are not happy with that. That's why export is not getting that much needed push. But if we are going to follow this organic concept, just like Sikkim, of course, India's fisheries export or the PM Matsya Sampada Yojana is going to get a very good boost, and that is a focus over here. So National Program for Organic Production, under that Sikkim already is the first fully organic state of our country, and now they launch this fisheries program also. So definitely question can be asked around this. The next news is about the 10 years of Ujala, Unnat Jyoti by affordable LEDs. So 10 years completed recently. In 2015, 5th of Jan 2015, we launched Unnat Jyoti by affordable LEDs, and now 10 years we have completed. SLNP, that is called as a Street Lightning National Program. It was also launched same time, and the purpose of this SLNP was that all the street lights in our country should be LED based, because if we are going to use the LED, the energy conservation will be very higher. It's a government scheme, so of course the question will be asked around that, so we need to keep watch on this particular part. So Ujala has revolutionized the household lighting, reduced the energy consumption, and SLNP focusing on the street lighting, so जहाँ पे भी energy conservation काफी strong तरीके से हमने किया था. So Ujala was launched in 2015, the major focus on the LED lighting, and this was implemented by Ministry of Power, Energy Efficiency Service Limited, and the DISCOMs. DISCOMs are distribution company. The state distribution companies were responsible for the implementation of this scheme. Ujala schemes aims to save 85 lakhs kWh of electricity and reduce 15,000 tons of carbon dioxide by replacing 77 crore traditional bulbs. Okay, that was a major purpose that. So we implemented this scheme wonderfully. Okay, so progress ki agar baat ki jaye, so we achieved these things like 36.87 crore LED bulbs have been distributed across the India. Energy saving 47,883 million kWh. Cost saving 19,153 crore. Cost saving because obviously we are using LEDs, so energy conservation will be there, so automatically cost saving will be there. CO2 reduction was 3.88 million tons CO2, so that is another factor mentioned over here. Now subsidy, the subsidized rate was 70 rupees per LED bulb. Earlier this bulb were 450 rupees. One bulb used to cost 450 rupees, and under this scheme we started providing these bulbs only in 70 rupees. So obviously it was a cost effective subsidized scheme, and which helped India to achieve all types of results we wanted. So street lightning national program, okay, same way we can see 1.34 crore street lightning were there, 9,001 million units of electricity being saved. Then more than 1500 megawatt peak demand was handled, and 6.2 million tons of CO2 emission being reduced. So again, SLNP was also a success for the government of India. Now, Energy Efficiency Service Limited, which was the main authority for the implementation of this scheme, was established in 2009 under the Power Ministry. So Energy Efficiency Service Limited, Power Ministry की authority है. World's largest energy efficiency portfolio. So this company is having world's largest energy efficiency portfolio, especially after the implementation of the Ujala scheme. So world's one of the most successful institution when it comes to energy efficiency or energy conservation is in India, and was created in 2009, and they implemented this scheme. Now we have multiple other schemes or other authorities also in India for the energy conservation. For example, Standards and Labeling Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Energy Conservation Amendment Act, National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency, National Electronic Mobility, then Perform, Achieve and Trade Scheme, then Energy Conservation Building Code. These are some other initiatives for energy conservation in our country, implemented by various authority, but this is one of the nodal and apex authority for the energy conservation, under which we implemented Ujala as well as SLNP. That's all from my side for the day. So that's it. Tomorrow we are going to discuss another few important news, especially focusing on the economics and finance from newspaper as well as from the MCQ section. So both the things we are going to cover on the daily basis. That's all. We'll see you in the next session. Bye bye. Take care.